So hey everyone and welcome back to my video series. This is Shraddha and you're watching UniqueChat BBR. So as today is another BBR Sunday and I am finally back with my BBR review. So today, as promised, I have The Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki Part 2 review, and today we are going to complete with this review. So let's get ahead. So for the first BBR is our wish, so let's start the video in a swish. First of all, we have BBR My Review, then we have hashtag BBR Experience and hashtag Flash Me Month. So let's get ahead. So first of all, we have BBR My Review. So The Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So let's complete the part. The part 2 review we have is some main important points that we really have to understand. First is daily choices. We are the person, we make the choices. So just make sure that you make the choices as per your future, because whatever you're going to do right now is going to reflect in the future. So whatever choice you take, first think about it twice and then wisely take a decision. Take proper steps towards it and make sure you're consistent with it. Even if a choice goes wrong, just be calm and try to have a solution on it. So the next part we have is find a reason greater than the reality. A lot of times it happens that we have to work, but there are some things or obstacles that just don't let us do the work. We are just so unmotivated, we just get so much demotivated, depressed that we cannot work on it. So find some motivations for it. Just go back to from where you started and why you started this. Go back to the point where you actually succeeded after a failure, or some of the things which really motivate you, or just do something which will motivate yourself, because nobody can motivate you better than yourself. Even if you're going to listen a lot of those motivational seminars, if you don't just put it inside yourself, it won't help. So first of all, motivate yourself to go to your goal, because once you start, starting is the very important thing and really hard thing. If you start, you have to keep yourself motivated towards your goal, because you'll do it. The next part is choose friends carefully. A lot of times it happens, some of the friends are actually hidden enemies for us. So we have to get ensure we choose our friends wisely. It's okay if you have only a couple of 2 to 3. But 2 to 3 can actually be a million for you, because the love they pour in us and the trust we have, the help we have for each other is really important than a million for us. So first of all, choose your friends wisely, because they can even harm you and even take you to the success. Next part is first pay yourself. Now this reminds you of the richest man in the Babylon. Yes, the same thing is here repeated again, which is really important, to pay yourself first, which makes a very big part and motivates you to grow more richer. Next is plan and make a study. So planning is really important. If you don't plan to do anything, you're planning to fail. So first, plan out your sketch, how you're going to invest, what you're going to do for earning money, how you're going to actually manage your assets and liabilities, and how you're going to carry out your work every day, so that you will never miss on a point. And even if you do, you have a backup plan, because we have a lot of letters from A to Z and more of those A-B- things. So we have a lot of plans and backup plans. So always, first of all, plan and make a study of it. Next, think big. This book stresses a lot. Don't say, I can't afford it. Say, how can I afford it? That's where it hits us and we can say, yes, I can afford it, but there's a way. So go on that way. Next thing is action always beats inaction. Even if you think 100 times about your planning, you make choices, until you do it, it won't make any effect. So first, do something. Start with only a single step, so that it will make a very big thing for you later. So next part is choose heroes. It's the power of myth. So we often pretend to be our own favorite heroes a lot of time. Now it is different for individual. Some people will think that any sports person is their hero, maybe an actor, businessman, a woman, entrepreneur, anyone who is really great and inspires you can be your hero. So we actually pretend ourselves to be. A lot of times they have went through a lot of failures that leads them to their success. So we can actually motivate us to be that hero and go through our failure and reach the success. This way we can motivate ourselves and also become our own hero. Next, a very important thing, the Japanese. This book tells us about a Japanese power. The Japanese were aware of three powers in them: the power of sword, the power of jewel, and the power of mirror. The power of sword is the power of weapons. The power of jewel is the power of money. You know, there's a very popular quote or saying inside this book that he who has the gold makes the rules. Next one is a really important one. You know, it's the power of mirror, which is the power of self-knowledge. According to the Japanese legend, this is the most treasured knowledge, because when you have self-knowledge about yourself, what you're doing, what you're not, it's really important for you to get on what stage you are and how you have to improve. So keep on learning. Something new is the next thing we want to get from this book. This book tells us specialize on many different things, because it's not just a thing that if you are specialized in a particular part, you're going to stick to that thing. The age is evolving, everything is growing so rapidly. You should not stick to only one occupation or one skill. This book tells us have many skills, as many as you can, because you are a human. You know, robots, they are going to come in this world, but you have to be that human that robots can actually take off. Yes, the next is groom yourself. So groom yourself to adapt to any situation, so you can be so much constructive that you can do and learn anything, and down to earth personality, always ready to learn, is going to make you successful. So next part is job security. There is a very important quote about it, which has a very deep meaning. Job security meant everything to the educated dad of Robert Kiyosaki, but learning meant everything to the rich dad of Robert Kiyosaki. This actually stresses that learning is what made his rich dad richer. So this is what we have to get about it. Next is, there are a lot of obstacles coming up in our way. Of course, they have to be, or it won't be a challenging and fun journey. You know, if you're going to get successful without any obstacles, you won't feel a lot of it. But if you overcome the obstacles, they come and you are able to defeat them, then you're going to feel more of your success. There are many obstacles that come. A few are named here, and I am also going to name a few, like fear, laziness, bad habits, arrogance, etc. Fear is the fear of losing money here. A lot of times people don't invest because they fear of losing money. This book tells us that not even a rich, not even a single rich has ever not lost money. So every rich has of course lost his money, but the person knows how to deal with that loss and how to grow up from that loss. And this book tells that normal people don't actually take risks, they don't lose money, and that's what makes them common people. Next is bad habits, arrogance. These are all the things. You can learn more about it from this book in detail. This book also tells us about the message we receive from the richest man of. So the main thing over here is a few of the things, like first of all, take out the fear out of your body. All the obstacles that you face, just push them aside or overcome them. Next is focus more on learning, pay yourself first, and make the most of every opportunity comes over there, because it is highly important for you to first of all motivate yourself to do something, then go and take risk and believe in yourself. You have to find more of such ways in this book. This book has a lot of important parts. There are summaries given. There are also a few parts where, you know, the whole book is filled with examples of people's life and actually Robert's life. So you can read the book, understand it, summarize the points, and yes, become rich. So this was my final part of the review, The Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and I really hoped it helped you all, and of course you all loved it. And so let's move to the hashtag BBR experience. It is that you can of course share a few of your comments or your views by putting up a hashtag BBR experience in the comment section, as you can see on the screen over here, and I'll give a shout out on hashtag flash me once. So let's move to the hashtag flash me once, and a big flash me to the best experiences you shared with me. And so these were the best experiences I had got from all of you, and I'm looking forward for all of them in the comment section. So yes, and so this was my review, and I just really hope you loved it. And don't forget to stay tuned on the next Sunday at 5 p.m. IST. As of course, I'm back after my such a very long break because of my really busy schedule. But of course, I was not just studying, I was also reading books, and I have read a lot of books. So you're gonna see a lot of BBR videos and nice creative videos. We are also going to start with our shorts. So in the meantime, in the weekends, you can of course enjoy our shorts from the shorts, some short bits from our previous videos, so you can have a catch up on them too. And so yeah, do please read this book. So happy watching, happy reading, and unique readings.